Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Wanted to do an update on Sundial growers. If you follow my channel from A to Z, my very first video about Sundial, I considered it a beeping POS. At the time, it was a beeping POS. I wish I would have sold this back when I wasn't even paying attention when it hit $3 about a little less than a month ago, and since then it's just kind of came down. I mean, I'm still in the green, not much. Also bought some more here. I would have to check since I did my last video. I have more of this one in a retirement account. I think my cost basis is around 60 cents, or I would have to look at it again. But Sundial growers, ticker SNDL. Again, I have 170 shares here. I'm still in the green, but nothing to brag about. You can go ahead and pause and read that if you don't know what this one is. It's pre-rolls and vapes in the MJ, ornamental flowers, and corporate. And I'll list my other videos in the description. Founded in 2006 at $2.06 billion market cap. I've been sitting on this one and buying in and thought about selling a couple times, and then it goes up, and then when I forget about it, it goes down, and then I don't get any more bought. But that's beside the point. Sometimes that's how it works when you're diversified and into a couple different stocks. But as you can see here, back on the 17th, this one was canceled at $1.71. February 10th, got some at $2.20, 50 shares, so I kind of hurt my cost basis as I was in on some of these at 60 cents and increased my cost basis overall. But some dates to watch: earnings coming up on March 17th, and so I don't know if, well, you'll have to decide if you want to hold this through earnings or not. And I didn't buy any last Friday. I was tempted. I wish I would have now. It would have increased my or would have decreased my cost basis, and maybe I could have got up to 200 shares. But should you buy Sundial grower stock in March? And that's always the question, not only in March but in January and February and so on. I got into this one back in December and did an option on it and lost that, and finally got up over $1. But I read about this one and I like it, and then I hear some information that ticks me off. But I've just continued to hold it. So Sundial has been one of the hottest MJ stocks in 2021 with a valuation of $2.03 billion. It is up 174% since the start of January. The Horizons MJ Life Sciences ETF is up 61% during the same time as of March 3rd, but the gains have been largely due to speculation, as the company hasn't released any financial results or announced a significant transaction with another MJ sector player. And as you follow my channel, I've covered quite a few ETFs here on the channel: MJ, THCB, MSOS, and quite a few. I'll try to link those in the description as well. You can find those in my library. Why the earnings report will be crucial. Sundial growers announced Tuesday that it will release its fourth quarter results on March 17 after the markets close, so that if you have Sundial, I would put that on your calendar for the period ending 12/31/20. Investors will want to circle that day, set alarms, and do whatever they need to make sure they don't miss it, the release. That doesn't make sense. Whatever. For an ordinary company, investors would be looking to see how the business has been doing, whether its sales are growing, and how strong its financials are as a whole are. I know they've been raising cash. I know they've been wanting to buy some other companies, kind of like Aurora did back in the day. I got kind of burnt on Aurora, did a reverse merger, and I'm still in the red on that one. So Free is my favorite standalone MJ play outside of Sundial, but the only reason I'm in Sundial is because of the price. A big part of the reason Sundial has been skyrocketing in recent months is because investors are expecting some sort of deal. Whether the company is the buyer or the seller of is irrelevant. A merger or acquisition situation can instantly send shares of a stock soaring if an acquirer pays a large premium for it, or if the company itself lands a great business at a cheap price. If investors were concerned about sales or profits, they likely wouldn't have been investing in Sundial in the first place. The company has reported earnings since November 11, 2020, when its third quarter numbers were released. At the time, net revenue of 12.9 million Canadian dollars for the period ending September 30th, 2020, has down a whopping 54% from the prior year period. And feel free to pause and read the rest there for yourself. Again, it just talks about earnings. Sundial Growers is technically overdue for a correction, and that's what I said, but it's kind of been in the extreme on the correction. Sundial has a reputation for being a meme trade. Fundamentally, the bullishness towards Sundial stock isn't totally unjustified. Thanks to growing interest in the space and the broader push for legalization, Sundial appears to at least be playing the right game. Moreover, the election of President Biden incentivizes speculators to consider Sundial stock. True, while Biden is a Democrat, he largely stays in the middle of the road. Turns out this has frustrated the progressive arm of the Democrats while likely pleasing no one in the Republican camp. And to be fair, Biden ran on the promise to decriminalize MJ, and that's what a lot of people are hoping the main catalyst in the MJ stocks is right there, decriminalizing and the MORE Act and so on. So of course, this falls short of legalizing MJ at the federal level, a line that the president appeared unwilling to cross. Plus, you have the debate over the student loan relief, and just a lot of things have been up in the air with this. That's about all I'm going to say about that. Sundial stock might get another bump from social media warriors. Indeed, with the crazy turn of events that we've seen out in GameStop, it's almost irresponsible not to mention the possibility. And so maybe this one will get pumped up again through earnings, maybe not, who knows. Hopefully it doesn't go much lower than what it currently is at $1.15. Here's kind of some price action today. $9, $19, $21, $12. It's just been kind of all over the place. Since roughly late September 2020, Sundial stock began charting a bullish trend channel. You can see that for the most part, and so kind of a cool trend here. As well as the volume has been just kind of explosive. So I think when I first got into it, it was right around the 50-60 cent range, and there was big talk that it was going to hit $1, and I did my option thinking I was going to hit it big, and lost it, and it never, I want to say I got up to 80 or 85 and didn't make it to the $1, but thereafter of course it did. Sundial Growers' newfound cash pile puts in position to make big moves. And this is just dated today. Between Election Day and end of February, Sundial Growers rose roughly 613%, but the rise has been more about external factors than any significant change of the company's fundamentals. and I'm sure a lot of people took profits in there as well. Unfortunately, I was not one of them. First, Sundial was one of the stocks to be benefited from the transfer of power from the Republicans to Democrats. The MJ industry at large got a boost from expectations that a Democrat-led federal government will legalize MJ in the United States. And, I mean, that could still be years, could be 5, who knows. We don't know that. I mean, each year there's 3 to 5 states that become legalized, whether it be recreational or medicinal, but to totally on the level, it's hard to say what that date will be. Stronger cash position underpins Sundial stock. Stock saw a sharp rise in the days following February 4th, closing at 74.5 million registered offering, and the announcement post-Calgary, Canada-based company said it now has 610 million in unrestricted cash. That's more than any of the top MJ companies except Canopy Growth and lower revenue Cron. Two of my more favorite plays than Sundial, but if it wasn't for the price on Sundial, I probably would have never touched it. But the more I read about it, the more I started to like it. It started going up, and then it's been kind of disappointing. So this just kind of goes over some more information about Afria. I've covered Afria a couple times. There's a big opportunity in how Sundial deploys the cash. I reckon it may be a stretch to call Sundial stock a buy, but I believe it's one to monitor closely to the where and how a company deploys its cash hoard. And that's what you could say it. Call it again a cash hoard. Would say a lot about a company's direction. And there's already some encouragement with its recent 22 million part equity, part debt investment in Endiva, or maybe it's an Endiva, I've never heard of this one, a producer for MJ edibles. Back to Reddit here. Anytime I check in here, a lot of people are still bullish on it. They're still talking about it constantly. This has still been quite a hype stock, but the price just hasn't went anywhere. Well, it has, but I didn't make any moves, so it didn't help me out. But Twin Election Day, I think we already covered that. I think we already covered most of the information in here. What's up with the Mexico vote? Any updates? He's bearish, bullish. The bearish tags. So, I mean, people are bullish on this one, but people will be bearish on it, and then they will get just like this person. I mean, I'm still bearish on it, but if it goes below $1, I'm gonna really start to wonder. Get into Naked for a proper run. Fundamentals look great. I've covered Naked a couple different times. Haven't checked that one today, but recently bought some more Naked to dollar cost average in, get it lower. But that's pretty much it for Sundial. If you have any Sundial, go ahead and put that in the comments. How many shares you have, what your cost basis is, and any information you want to put in there, feel free. Whether you're bullish, bearish on it, what you think it's going to do through earnings. This is all that I could really find on it. This is the past earnings, and the next one's available March 17 after hours. So we got, so that would be a week from this, no, Friday, or no, Wednesday, I'm sorry. So a week from this Wednesday. But that is it for Sundial. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, go ahead and help out the channel and smash that for me, as well as subscribing, and that would get the video out to some other people, and that would really help out the channel as I'm trying to grow it up to 1,000 subscribers. I thank you for all those support. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.